Nu är nya Casumo.com här. Just nu får du dubbelt på kontot och 110 gratis chanser att vinna storkovan. Casumo, ett kasino. Casumo.com.
Alright, man, it looks like it's going to be another B-split push coming up here, standard as could be for the T side.
Yeah, they are getting ready for it right now. They've got 2 people coming out through the middle, 3 people through upper dark at the moment. There's counter-terrorist holding 1 guy inside the B-bomb site, 1 guy down towards the middle of the map.
Yeah, that B-slope man on CT side is going to be the linchpin here. T side, they've managed to put the CT smoke down. No support coming in from the A site here for the defense. It's all going to come down to the entry shots here, the man making the plan.
It's getting kind of cold in here.
Yeah, man, did you leave the window open?
I don't think so. This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. Remember, all I'm offering is the truth. You can take the blue, or the red pill, or the green one.
What? There's a green one? Sweet.
Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to the show. We should be almost good to go. It's Epsilon versus Cloud9 in a best-of-3 game right here at Room on Fire for the Caseking King of Kings tournament. So don't forget to reward our sponsor by going to facebook.com/Caseking Gaming and like that Facebook page. Definitely appreciate you guys doing that. Semla, how are you guys? How are you doing? Is everything alright on your end?
Yeah, everything's great, man. Just watching, there was a short video made about, like, what do you want to eat? If you guys were on Reddit, you probably saw it. But it was pretty good. I'm pretty happy. That was a good way to kill some time. Yeah, I'm ready to go, man. This is going to be the final deciding best of 3 here for Group A between Cloud9 and Epsilon, and we already have the maps. We're already good to go, man.
Yes, we are. I mean, Epsilon played really well yesterday. Cloud9, maybe not quite so much, but they did manage to beat Planet Key Dynamics earlier today 2-0. So, I mean, that's still something. I think this is going to be tougher for Cloud9, though, honestly.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you, except that... Well, actually, no, I have to agree with you. I think this is going to be a bit of a tough match. I was thinking maybe it would be a bit easier because they're going up against Epsilon, and Epsilon, once again, are going through some roster changes, like overnight roster changes. So who knows? We don't even know what the roster is going to be for Epsilon. That's the point that they're at right now. But then that can actually work against Cloud9 because then they have zero idea what to expect out of Epsilon. So you can go into a match, you can kind of plan it out if you know the team and you're familiar with their strats. But if you have no idea what's coming at you, that does make it a little bit trickier.
It does offer a bit of a challenge, so, I mean, we'll see how the North American team does. Remember, guys, later on this evening, we're going to be giving away one of these headsets, the BitPhoenix Flow, and also a CPU cooler from Alpenfön called the Brocken Eco, so don't forget about that either. Stay tuned, and it's for all European audience, so we'll do that the next couple of days as well, so just stick around and we'll remind you of it. Now, I'm actually going to switch it over to the game, because I'm going to need something to talk about at any rate, so here it is. We're into it. And it is going to be Inferno for our very first map.
Yes, it will be. So the bans and picks, the way they played out is basically Cloud9 took out Cobble first. No surprise there. Seems like nobody wants to play Cobble. Don't even know if teams are practicing Cobble. This might pretty much be like the sole banned map, like the single most banned map out of all the maps. So no surprise, Cloud9 get rid of Cobble. Nobody loves it. Epsilon take out Nuke to follow. Again, Cloud9 actually a pretty solid map or a solid team on Nuke, so Epsilon seem a little bit shaky on it. They don't want to go on it. Cloud9 then take out Overpass, so Cloud9 really not interested in the new maps at all. And Epsilon will take out Mirage. So we'll be playing on Inferno first, Dust 2 second, and Cache the last map to decide it all.
Yeah, which is definitely interesting. Makes me think, at least, that if Epsilon wants to win this, they're putting it to 2-0 Cloud9, because I'm pretty sure Cloud9 are well versed at playing Cache.
Yeah,
I'd be super upset if Cloud9 lost Cache to Epsilon. I would even say I'd be almost angry at that point. But the other two maps, I can definitely see Epsilon potentially winning with the, with the right amount of insanity. They have got Biggie playing today apparently, and then Beast2Fly, we saw him yesterday as well. So who is out? SF is the one out then, instead of
yes.
Yeah. So that's how it works.
SF is out. So apparently he was playing for Webspell last night. If you guys were aware, during the last best of 3 that Epsilon played in versus NIP, people were wondering why SF was actually playing for another team at the time. Apparently he was removed from the team. It's just a whole mixture of things up with Epsilon. So, we'll see how that pans out for them tonight. Looks like this is going to be the roster that they're going to be sticking to. Apparently Sixer is out of the lineup as well. So that decision was made today apparently. So they've just been under flux right now, Epsilon. Really throwing everything for a loop.
Yeah, which is a bit of a shame because they showed such promise yesterday. So you don't want to be in a position where you do pretty well, but you can't actually keep up with the same roster. So I guess if they can make this work all the way to DreamHack Winter, maybe they could show something fun. Certainly, GMX and Scream had a really good time yesterday. They played really well. See if they can do similarly or even better against Cloud9 here today. So welcome to the show, everybody. This is the Caseking King of Kings tournament. We've got Epsilon and Cloud9 best of 3 right here at Room on Fire. So thanks for joining us. Remember, go and check out our website if you haven't already. RoomOnFire.tv. You can find the schedules and also there's a lot of other stuff going on there as well. So don't forget to check it out. And yeah, now we're already in with the knife round here.
What is happening? Shroud gets shanked in the back by one of his mates. Like, Cloud9 are getting really good at stabbing each other in the back, apparently. That happened a lot in their first best of 3. It's happening again here in the knife round, and that's not something you want to do in the knife round as well, because it's kind of important. Inferno, not so much a Dust 2, where you don't really care if you're on CT or T side to start. Inferno, you kind of want that CT start, but Shroud is just deciding to settle everything by himself, apparently.
Yeah, they're chasing all over the map. I'm trying the best I can to give you guys like a GTA overview, but at the end of the day, it's Cloud9 who come out on top, even while slicing each other a little bit. They are going to be able to win, and yeah, they're going to end up switching it up, which is no big surprise.
Yeah, so it's basically Shroud gets stabbed in the back, and then he goes full Hulk mode, and then aces them, like aces Epsilon. So
Shroud is life, Shroud is knife. Okay, never mind. Good job, Scream. Good job, Scream.
Right. So we should be live here any second, guys. Not a lot of time wasted here, but this is going to be the pistol round. Now, the first map here in this best of 3 between Cloud9 and Epsilon. So welcome everybody here to Room on Fire and the Caseking, King of Kings, with more kings on top of everything else. So let's do it, Anders.
That's exactly right. See how many kings we can get in next season. You know, just as many as humanly possible. Epsilon actually starting off with 2 Molotovs and, 2 smokes and a Molotov as well on Beastie Fly, which is kind of interesting. See where they're going to end up going with this. Definitely, when you buy this many grenades in a pistol round, you kind of know that the terrorist team have something planned anyway.
No, I'm kind of curious. I mean, they could use Beastufri. I'm wondering where he's going to decide to go, because he could use that Molotov to clear out pit. He could use that Molotov for a number of things, but he's currently sitting in T-pit right now, so not really able to work out onto the map. He's going to go leaping up mid, and it looks like this is going to wind up on A here for Epsilon.
Feels that way right now. They're going to be running for a while before they actually bump into anybody, but the Molotov, you're right, it could be down in pit here, exactly where Shroud is holding, so it'd be fun if they end up actually using that one Molotov to any real purpose, and you're actually right, Samuel, there it is, it flies in. Shroud is going to be looking up, he has to move out, and are they going to keep pushing? They're sort of hanging back, which makes me think maybe... No, they are going to go for it here. Shroud goes down. Sean with a good return has to get a little bit more in, and he's going to go down. That's a second headshot from Scream before he drops.
Yeah, but look at this. GMX goes rushing in. Sees at 75 in hand. He's got 6 bullets left, but that's all he needs. It leaves it down to nothing now. Coming up on short here. 1v3. The retake. Is it real? GMX buying more time. Out of bullets, but Biggie's got plenty in the chamber, and he's going to be able to get the job done with the help of Beastufli. So Epsilon will wrap up the pistol round here and pick up the strong start here on Inferno.
Yeah, nicely handled. It looked like that could have maybe potentially gone a little bit out of control, but the Molotov certainly made sure there was no one hiding in pit like that, and then when Shroud sort of came out of it and was by the truck, he got killed pretty quickly, so good job on Epsilon's side.
Now, I would like to say that this is a rematch from yesterday, because this was the map that Epsilon beat Cloud9 on in the beginning yesterday, but yeah, it's still not the same team.
Yeah.
So this is the tricky bit. You know, they don't have SF. SF did a lot of work for Epsilon yesterday on Inferno, so they don't have him to rely on here. Cloud9, however, full lineup for them, so this is going to be a bit harder, I think, for Epsilon, unless Scream can really have his magic moments.
There's a good return kill from Hiko going on over at the B-bomb site, and if they try and move up the middle, they still got to be careful. This is the problem with Inferno, actually, and a lot of other maps too, but Inferno is definitely one of them. If you get too close as a terrorist, you run into those P250s. They are a one-shot headshot if you're within range. And then CSET 75 is not exactly a lot more fun to run into either.
Yeah, Epsilon playing with the noise right now. GMX running all the way up to top banana and then running back. This is prompting a rotation out of Cloud9. They've already got Hiko making his way over to Arch, so there's going to be 3 guys holding here for Cloud9 on this A site. But this is where Epsilon going to run in. 4-on-4 take situation, and Shroud spots them moving up short.
Semphis trying to make some jump action happen in the pit, but he's just going to get shut down, so... Again, pretty confident take coming out here from Epsilon, even though Cloud9 were in decent positions. 5 bullets left for nothing. Another headshot rains in. He's going to get 3. Are you joking? He goes for Beastie as well and almost ends up winning the round for his team. That was ridiculous. Yeah.
Don't know really what to say. I was thinking, like, okay, they've actually had a pretty decent round here, Cloud9, and then all of a sudden he, like, brings it to a 1v1. So that was beyond Cloud9's wildest dreams, and that's actually going to prompt another buy out of Cloud9. They did so well in the last one, they realized we came pretty damn close. Let's see if we can't make it happen again.
Oh, instant headshot on Shroud here. And actually Cloud9 decided, yeah, to buy full up here. And I don't know. I mean, again, maybe a little bit of a rough comparison, but LDLC actually in the Fragbite Masters finals did this a lot. And it ended up backfiring maybe like 7 out of 10 times or something like that. I think the success ratio for LDLC's 4 spies were not that cool. But maybe Cloud9 will have more luck with it.
Yeah, that's the question, right? They did manage to get a bit of a sneaky peek in there with Semphis, but this is one of those rounds where, okay, you did a lot of damage in the second round, but you're risking a lot. You're risking the start of your CT half pretty much on this one buy round. If they lose this one, they're going to be right back in the hole with the hard eco. So Cloud9, a lot on the line here. They need to shut down Epsilon fast.
Oh, nothing is in a good position, but he can't see anything. They're not checking, and he misses the shot. I have no idea how, because he basically had that Max 7 punched all the way into somebody's face. It Scream with 2 kills, and actually a third one coming in as Sean Guess is going to be the only one left. That looked like, again, it looks like Cloud9, they have the positions, but they're not landing the kills.
Yeah, and that's why I'm not a huge fan of this kind of buy, just because that second round, why it was so successful is because nothing played out of his mind and got 3 frags. And it's just like, okay, yes, but can nothing consistently do that round after round? Clearly, the answer is no. So that's a real problem for Cloud9 now, because they've just spent all their money in this one. They're going to have to eco again, so they're going to give Epsilon a free round. And that's really painful when you're on CT side of Inferno. Every round counts when you're on the defense here.
Yeah, it definitely is. So it definitely comes back to bite them quite a bit. They need to make, not this round, well, it'd be great if they could make this round work, but they definitely need to make the 6th round work and just continue, or the 5th round, sorry, just continue to try and see if they can't get some rounds on the board here. Epsilon don't have an astounding economy, but they're doing pretty well. Scream is at 7, 1, and 2, so no big surprise really there. He's still just a very strong player.
Yeah, well, basically he's the monster. He's the guy who can really make it happen. I mean, Epsilon, they lived and died by Scream's performance yesterday, so I don't imagine that's going to change today. I think that there's even more pressure on Scream today because SF isn't here anymore, so there's just so much pressure on Scream to just land headshots. It's not a very comfortable position for himself to find himself in.
Yeah, well, sometimes he does sort of step up to the challenge and just get it done, but we've seen the other version of Scream sometimes too, where he ends up sort of missing a bunch of shots, and that really does hurt his team a lot. Nice damage being put on here by Sean. Eventually going to go down to Scream now. Semphis wanted to charge through, but he simply gets overrun. Scream just kind of almost, stuck that AK in his face and pulled the trigger. Shroud has been spotted down in the pit. He's trying to put some damage out. He realizes Biggie's going to come in from the apartments and still not quick enough to get that kill home. Finally, Uzi goes down. Nothing's going to pick up the AK and the Molotov.
Yeah, and nothing's going to be able to buy in the next round. He still manages to take out Scream this one. Biggie's really low right now. So nothing, he could be looking to do a lot of damage, but he decides to hold on to the AK. And this isn't a bad call from him either. I mean, there's only so many times you can walk into a site and kill 4 people. So holding onto the AK, making sure you save some money in the next round, which is going to be a buy. You can basically drop this for whoever's low on your team and make sure that they get full nades. So not a bad call on Nothing's part.
Yeah, I think this is definitely the wiser choice. So most people are going to be running up. Beast2 has enough health to stay alive in the back here. And actually, GMX dies to the bomb anyway. That's unfortunate. Another rifle lost there on Epsilon's side. So yeah, currently 0 kills on Shroud. Gotta be careful he doesn't get up to those James Bond figures and ends up being 0, 0, and 7. But we'll see. It's still not there yet. GMX picks up an AWP, which is no big surprise. Again, yesterday, he actually did pretty well with this rifle, even on this map.
Where do we go? What happens? Do Cloud9 play aggressive? They don't. I was curious to see. I was wondering if they were going to try and go for some kind of play to catch Epsilon off guard here. But it seems like Cloud9 are also trying to play this a little bit safe. They know that there's a lot riding on this round. They've pretty much put themselves in a position where they cannot afford to lose a single round. So no pressure, Cloud9. Time to get the shots in.
Just got to play it flawlessly from here on out. Yeah, that's pretty much what they're looking for. Already a lot of smokes being used on the CT side. If you notice, they only have 2 left, and it's still more than a minute. So, generally speaking, that's not very cool, especially because Shroud has one of them, which means the B-side smoke here, they'll only have the one. Looked like they wanted to boost up to look over the smoke, which, now that it goes up again, they might still try and do, but he goes alone, and this smoke is going to run out with plenty of time for Epsilon to make it through. But it looks like the French-Belgium team maybe aren't going to commit to it.
It looks like they want to focus on a site. I mean, it's been successful for them so far. They don't really need to come off of it either. If it works, why mess with it? But this may be the point where Epsilon decide to get a little tricky. 30 seconds left, though, so they really aren't leaving themselves a whole lot of time here. If they choose to rotate to B, they have to go right this instant. Right now, that bomb needs to start heading up banana right away. Yeah,
I think this is definitely going to be an A commit. They just don't have the time here. Shroud down in the pit, looks for the kill, and he's going to pick it up on Biggie. Semphis also gets one onto Uzi, so now time's really running out here. Scream gets dropped, and the bomb is now lost as well. GMX the only one left, and he's going to go down. Semphis with a very cool quad kill in the round, and Epsilon just plain running out of time, which is weird because Cloud9 didn't have any smokes left, so they actually just sort of burned all the time themselves.
This could be the problem with making changes to the rosters like this. Your T side suffers because you're still trying to figure out what everybody's role is going to be on the team. Where are they going to be playing? Where are they looking? Are they watching your back? Are they looking somewhere else? There's all sorts of uncertainties that come into play once you have a couple of new elements added in. So Epsilon, they might actually find themselves in this kind of position fairly often. Unless they can get early frags, it's going to be tough for them to make those snap decisions.
Sean has the AWP. He's not going to get the kill off. They did grenade him down a little bit, but yeah, I like the idea of having Sean AWPing. If nothing else, just, you know, if Epsilon are already playing a bit slow, then that AWP could force them to play even slower, and then your grenades are going to be more effective. And this time, Cloud9, they not only have smokes, they also have Molotovs, so they're going to be able to buy so much time, especially if Epsilon go for that P-bomb side. That's going to be really tricky now.
Now let's see if he has any success here holding at Arch. He's looking into short. He misses the timing just barely there, so he's not going to be able to get that entry frag. And Epsilon now know where the AWP is. They're going to try and run out. Good anti-flash there to slow them down. But Sean Gares, he's close to getting cornered.
They almost lined up for him now. Are they going to push their way through? They actually do take a lot of damage. Nothing waiting in here. He just spots them. Again, the time here is a big concern for Epsilon. 20 some seconds, nothing is going to check out, and they line up for him. He gets both the kills, runs back and sprays, and still gets a third one, leaving it down to Uzi and Scream. 2 on 4. Hiko will pick one up, but what a round from nothing, and the bomb is dropped over here as well, which means there's nothing Scream could do any longer.
Yeah, this is awkward for Scream. 8 seconds left, and at this point, his best hope is to live through the round. And he has $400 left in the bank as well, so he's only going to have $400 to work with in the next round. That's 2 flashes, a smoke, and a decoy. I mean, it's not a whole lot, whereas the rest of his team are going to be in ecoing. So now is when Cloud9 start to turn it around. Nothing has got $9K in the bank right now. He's got a lot of money, but his teammates aren't out of the woods yet. They still don't have all that much money put aside. So this is going to be a very important round for Cloud9. They need to win this decisively, keep everybody alive, or at most lose 1. They need to start building money on their CT side.
Yeah, they really do. Oh man, that was such a good spray sequence coming out from nothing. That really must have been terrible. One grenade, a follow-up grenade as well, and it will be Shroud picking up the first kill. Semphis trapped in the corner, but he's going to fight his way out. Gets the bomb as well. Scream gets dropped even while Flash. Semphis not really looking scared at all. He is eventually going to go down, and they will lose 2 members, but still pretty decent here. Cloud9 winning 3 in a row, and Epsilon...
Bit sloppy there by Hiko to spray into Semphis. But still, 2 guys, they only lose 2. Not as good, especially in that situation. At that point, Cloud9, once they lose, I believe it was Shroud who got picked off a short. Yeah. Once they lose him, they shouldn't lose anybody else. Once Scream is out of play and they know that AK isn't there anymore. So a bit of a mistake there by Cloud9, but still, they get the round on the board, 3 rounds, and that at that point, it's pretty much, you know, that's what Cloud9 are aiming for. They want the rounds.
Yeah, and actually the point you bring up is an interesting one. I don't know if we can quite bring it up just yet, because they're playing a little bit slow, but actually when Cloud9 was playing yesterday, one of the ways they lost a bunch of rounds on the A-bomb side is exactly what you just said. They lost 1 or 2 people in the middle, and then instead of the third person on the bomb side holding tight and waiting for backup, that guy would re-engage. Let's say Shroud up here would sort of re-engage, and they'd end up losing all 3 members on the bomb side before anyone from B could do anything. So, I mean, Cloud9, they haven't made too many of those mistakes yet, so hopefully they can keep not making them, because that's really expensive to throw away rounds like that.
You know what we should be able to do as observers? Just a random thing. We should be able to hit F and be able to observe guns as well, like skins. I want to be able to check out Shroud's skin right now. Just saying.
Maybe in the future. Look at Sean here. Is he going to get flashed in? Nothing from one side. Sean not from the other side. Actually, nobody peeking. Was a good opportunity. I'm sort of wondering why they won't. No, they're going to fall back into it. And I think this is going to be a B push instead. Easy kill for Semphis. And now they should realize there's nothing else going on here. He goes all the way in the back and look at where he's hiding.
He isn't showing anything at all at this point. Epsilon are going to have to waste a lot of time trying to hear and spot him through the spray from nothing, through CT. They still have no idea that he goes here. He finally gets spotted out, but then he gets the perfect spray in. Nothing also having a huge impact. It's just going to be Scream alone in a 1v4, and that's not going to be good enough here. Scream just trying to battle his way out on this site, but it's not meant to be. Semphis hunts him.
Oh, and he goes down after the time, swimming with the fishies there. He actually died after the time ran out. So that's twice now Scream hasn't got any loss bonus for doing this. I've no idea how he actually survived for that long. It looked kind of ridiculous because they were all just shooting right next to him. But at the end of the day, it's going to be 4-4 and a very good round from Cloud9. Nice hold from Hiko, just staying so passively. Oh, grenade all the way from back. The follow-up one actually hits GMX, the only one there. If they'd all been there, pretty would have been something like a triple kill with a grenade. But yeah, nice angle there. Shroud waiting up by the balcony. Gotta be careful because Uzi's pretty close by. But it's definitely a good situation right here for Cloud9. Nice headshot from Shroud. He just holds down mouse 1 and sprays down almost the entire Epsilon team. Uzi picks up an AK and gets 2 quick kills in and can even get the bomb down here.
Yeah, just like that, Uzi manages to open it all up. Shroud, he manages to catch all of his teammates, but Uzi is still here. Flash around the corner, and it's going to be Hiko coming in from short. He's got his M4A1 as well, so Uzi needs to be a little bit careful here. It comes down to the timing, which way he's facing as they come around these corners, and he may not be facing when Hiko comes here. The step gives it away, though, and now he just barely makes it onto the site in time.
Oh, Molotov, follow-up, and down into the pit. Not going to catch him just yet. Uzi still hiding in the back here, and Nothing just strolls in and takes the kill, and they will be able to defuse. Pretty close, actually. Cloud9 really playing it down to the limit, and that is going to be 5-4. That's 5 rounds in a row here for the North American Cloud9 team. Definitely playing better, I would say, on Inferno than they were yesterday.
And now, well, money is pretty good for Cloud9. We'll just put it that way. They are able to run it back. Actually, I mean, Nothing is continuing to build just sick money, but Hiko is closing the gap. Shangar, Semphis, and Shroud still fairly low, but they are the ones who are dying the most as well for Cloud9 right now, so seems like not a huge surprise there. Epsilon, though, now is a big buy round for them. This is going to be very important. And they are taking it fairly slowly here, actually, not really trying to push anywhere too aggressively. Instead, it's going to be an aggressive control play here from Cloud9 for Banana, wanting to deny this part of the map to Epsilon.
Yeah, and again, they leave Hiko back here, so they're really confident in having just Hiko cover this. I'm assuming Cloud9 have more ways of holding than just this, but from what we've seen from them today and yesterday, this is something they do a lot, which obviously eventually is going to be somewhat predictable. So, I mean, a lot of weight on Hiko's shoulders to really stay alive up there.
Yeah, it's nothing too crazy, really. I mean, this has now become bread and butter, more or less. So, Cloud9 really sticking to just standard play. Epsilon, in the meantime, are starting to gather up for an A smoke play, so it's going to be attention A here. Epsilon looking to just overwhelm this site fairly quickly, but there's 4 people here for Cloud9.
Yeah, and this is, again, the hold is just so strong, especially with 2 people in pit, 1 in graveyard. Nothing spraying through and not connecting that much this time, but Shroud, and then Shroud again. Semphis helping out with a double kill, and it will be down to GMX. He does actually, was that 2 in 1 shot? Or was he just super fast?
No, he was just super fast.
I think mine glitched a little bit because it looked like they both registered at the same time. All right. Well, 6-4, and moving into the 11th round, Epsilon, they're trying their very best. I kind of wish they would go for a B push. I mean, yesterday, Epsilon had some pretty good executes with Molotovs and stuff for at B. They haven't tried that yet, at least.
I'm curious right now. Yeah, well, I mean, yesterday it was B for Epsilon. Today it seems to be A, but they're going to have to eventually work their way back to B. Because now it seems like Cloud9, they've started to make the right call. They've realized that Epsilon have been favoring the A site. Nothing missing a smoke, though. That's going to be a little bit painful for him here. May weaken the defense towards this B site.
It definitely could. Scream is going to Molotov up into apartments. Not going to find anyone here. But it's always a nice idea. Set the room on fire, you know. We approve of that. Hiko over here is going to instantly go down. Now, if they realize that they've been having the same setup, they could try and speed up, but Nothing is so close by. He's going to walk right in. An instant headshot on GMX. Has some backup here from Semphis. Sean goes down to the other side of the map. Nothing has been playing so well so far. Now he's going to have to do a little bit better. Semphis takes a kill on Uzi, coming through the smoke over by the construction. So 3-on-3, and bomb goes down.
Yeah, and Semphis isn't able to stop that bomb plan from happening. He tried to spray through the smoke from construction, but he just couldn't quite get the angle right. And now 3-on-3 retake situation. Cloud9 are on top of this site already, though, and they're going to smoke Scream out, but they miss the timing. He's able to make it up across just in time, but then they line up for Beast Fleas. Semphis and Nothing walk right into him.
Shroud is going to go down. Beast Fleet with a really good triple kill here. Was close at the end, a little bit scary, but Epsilon, they make it work. And again, that's, you know, it's kind of fitting because we were just talking about it. You get the entry on Hiko, and this whole B bomb site is pretty much exposed. And in fact, Cloud9 were lucky that that Nothing was so close by, because every other round they've been all the way over at the A bomb site, basically stacked up, you know, these positions. So it could have been even worse for Cloud9, I think.
Yeah, it could have been really painful. It could have been really painful, but it could also have been really solid for them if Nothing had managed to hit a little bit more spray through CT, or if Semphis had guessed the angle correctly to stop that plant from happening, because Semphis was sitting right there in construction trying to spray through the smoke. So, a little bit of luck for both sides, but Epsilon, that time around, it's Beast Flea's round, and he's able to shine for his team. So, 5 rounds on the board now for Epsilon. Cloud9 only sitting on 6, and just like that, Cloud9 are placed in a bit of an awkward position.
Scream headshotting Biggie, who was in bedroom. A little bit too tense, maybe, going on here for Epsilon. They're feeling the pressure just a little bit. That could have been really bad. And what are they gonna do? It kind of felt like they wanted to go B again, but right now they're shaping up to push in towards the middle of the map as well. Nothing gonna peek at the perfect time, and he gets 2 kills as they line up right in front of him. That was beautiful. Semphis next in line here, spots out Scream, and will take the kill. He's 2 bullets left, and that's enough for a headshot on Beastu. Ah, nice way to just save some ammunition. That was beautiful.
Sometimes Semphis, man, he just comes through with these sick frags, and I think there's got to be some smack talk going over on Cloud9 side right now, because him and Nothing are pretty much dead even. Nothing a bit better of a ratio, but still 15 frags for both of them. It's pretty solid work. And they are sitting side by side right now, boot camping in Stockholm, so they are, you know, I wouldn't be surprised. A little bit of competition in the team, see who comes out ahead. But it's good to see Nothing really stepping it up for Cloud9. You know, we've mentioned this in the past. He is a core part of this team.
And look at him right here. Molotov, HE, M4. Just whatever he has in his arsenal. Pistol as well. If he could have knifed someone, that would have been 5 kills with 5 different weapons. Instead, it's, you know, 4 for 4. Still not bad. A quad kill. 19 kills right now. And only 5 deaths. So yes, you brought him out at the perfect time, Semler. He's playing really well.
Yeah, he's just a monster. That's it. I was talking about competition, and then, you know, Nothing's like, just going to get some eco frags real quick, pad those stats a little bit more. Don't mind me. He's almost 2 for 1 right now. It's not bad. That's a very solid round. That's going to give a lot of confidence here to Cloud9 going into the remaining 2. And it's going to be it has to be an eco here from Epsilon as well. They're putting everything on the last round, which is very tense for them. Look at Semphis.
Yeah, he's waiting. Shroud is there as well to just try and distract them, and that works beautifully. Shroud even survives. It's actually Sean who's the one going down. And yeah, 9-5. Finally a buy round coming in here from Epsilon. They have the money for it. Even at 5 rounds, they could probably still win the game, but it'd be a lot better if they could get up to 6 here. Yeah,
exactly. This is still very tense for Cloud9. They need to get this last round in, because they did look pretty shaky on their T side of Inferno yesterday. It wasn't looking too stellar. Granted, today they have had a bit of a warm-up, or at least they've played a best-of-3 already, so they're not coming into this match cold. But their T side is a little shaky, and Semphis just saw the bomb get thrown into second mid, so he knows somebody is sitting at bench right now.
Yeah, he has a pretty good clue. He wants to peek out, but he's got to be so careful. There's potentially a whole firing squad of people with AKs waiting for him down there, so might be smarter if he just stays put for a little while at least. Semphis going to fall all the way back through Arch, and this time they're actually covering 2 people over here. Now you got to wonder if Nothing is going to stay, or if he's going to be swapped out for not for Semphis probably. I'm looking at the grenades here to try and figure out what's going on. So I mean, Nothing and Hiko do actually have both smokes and Molotovs. I'm wondering why Semphis is all the way over here.
Yeah, I'm wondering. This is a bit of a gamble from Cloud9. This really is. I mean, they're trying to get the read on Epsilon and think, okay, Epsilon are going to go for B because they've had some trouble on A, but it is going to be eventually a B play. Are you? No, it cannot be. They can't be that next level. Yes, they can be. Oh my God, Nothing's going to be in the perfect spot.
You've got to be joking. He sees them as well. 30 seconds left. They have all the Molotovs in the world. There's nothing Epsilon can do to get through here. They're going to try and run in, and Nothing will instantly take them out. Semphis and Hiko still inside, and Epsilon have no clue what's about to happen here. Hiko, all the way in the back, is going to take down Biggie. And Uzi, the last man standing, actually burning in the fire as Sempers as the freeze time goes in. 10-5. That really was some next level read. I wish we could call Cloud9 up on Skype right now and just ask them, did you really see that coming?
There's no way.
No, there's no way, right?
No way. That's just them expecting it to be a B play and it actually working out. Even, oh man. Yeah. It doesn't get any better than that, Andrews. Like that's pretty much like the next level read that works out perfectly.
That is really funny.
That really was a gamble, though. Man. All right. Well, it works out, and Cloud9 come out ahead with 10 rounds, and now into the pistol in the second half. Cloud9, if they could pick this up, this would be huge, but Scream already battling it out, top banana.
Yeah. Gotta be careful about fighting Scream in pistol rounds, really. Like, that is ill-advised. He can be lethal in any round, but a pistol, you don't have any head armor. Yeah, those headshots are even more terrifying.
Yeah, man, he's the monster. He's the machine. I mean, the machine, he's currently sitting at 14 frags right now for Epsilon, so he's still doing big work. And same as yesterday. I think Epsilon right now are really depending on Scream quite a bit to get big frags on the board. And now he's on the CT side. He can just focus on sitting that site and landing the shots. This is when Scream can really excel for his team.
Looks like they might want to go for this A-bomb site. They have smokes as well. Currently, yeah, okay, so they're going to actually try and smoke out library, it seems like. No, is that all the way over to Arch? All right. Smoke, is it going to bounce down? Pretty nice smoke, in fact, here. GMX is going to be smoked off, and now they're going to wrap around the other side. Uzi and Biggie down towards the pit here, looking for a headshot on someone. Gotta be careful he's not dropping too low. In the meantime, they're running right into GMX over by library. And now they are going to collapse to the bomb site. Coming up from behind is Beast 2 Fly, C-set 75. Spends almost all the bullets. He's got 2 left, and that's enough to get a headshot in on Hiko. Otherwise, it would have been a 2-on-1. Great management there from Beast 2.
Nothing. Does he actually see Scream? He hears the steps. He has to know, and he spots out the head just there. So now Scream is going to be dancing, trying to make the noise. He knows exactly where Nothing is. Nothing going for the burst fire. Swaps back. And that half second, that split second it takes to do the swap actually costs it for him. He misses his timing and Scream lands the shot.
That's going to be it. A nice clutch at the end here from Scream. Very important stuff. But I still think Beastoo's actually 2 bullets for the kill there on Hiko. That was just so impressive. So, very cool round from him. 10-6 here. And Epsilon have a really good shot at bringing this back.
Where? Yeah, exactly. Now, Cloud9.
Okay, then.
That is very interesting. Okay. Now, it's not often we see, like, the half buy. Sometimes we'll see teams like Titan, they'll go for full buys, basically. Everybody going for CZ, armor, nades. But Cloud9 going for a half, getting 2 AKs on the board. This is going to be fun.
It's already a bit of a success for them that they actually dodged all those grenades thrown down towards Banana and middle. So they haven't really taken any damage from that. Now they're going to try and boost up and look in towards New Box, where Scream isn't holding. So you're not going to catch any action right there. But it's still pretty interesting. They even have the smokes and everything else. But they have revealed the fact that they have AKs now, so it's not going to be a surprise to Epsilon. But that doesn't mean they can't still be good. And actually hearing those, you can kind of see Epsilon is making a rotation over here. Are they going to go aggressive behind it? Flashbangs out 1, but look at that. They're really far away. If Cloud9 actually went, if they realize how many people are here, and they go for A, there's only going to be 2 people waiting.
I don't think they had any idea. I mean, smoke goes down to stop off the top of Banana as well, so now they really are in the dark. But it looks like Cloud9, are they getting a read on this, or is it just the decision, all right, time to go to B. We're going to have the best odds here where there's likely less defenders. Likely going to be less defenders.
Yeah, Scream has to be just shouting right now on the radio. I need backup, and I need it quickly here. He doesn't get that first kill home. 10 bullets left. Trying a little bit more. 8 seconds. He's finally going to pick up a double kill. And that might have been enough here to save his team. 2-on-3. They don't have time to put the bomb down even. So Shroud and Hiko are in an awful position. And they're definitely going to lose the round. Can they survive it, though? Seems like they will be able to. So Scream actually stayed alive and did enough that round.
Him just staying alive and sitting in the back corner like that, That's all he had to do. GMX also coming in from CT with the Pro 90, putting just spray through, tagging him up, buying time. It was a combination of things, but Epsilon in the end, they got the right call with the rotation, and they managed to stop Cloud9 just short of making it through. Now we have another buy coming in from Cloud9. They really have no fear right now. They're just going for buys. They want to keep the pressure up on Epsilon. They know that Epsilon don't have a lot of money. It's just, I mean, it's a scary thing. It's not something we see every day. Teams going for buys back to back like this at the beginning of halves.
No, it's definitely not. And let's see if it's actually going to work or not. Molotovs and smokes are up here to try and keep them out of the bomb site. If they start losing this, and again, Epsilon are really good with the rotation. You see GMX coming in, but Scream goes down immediately. Beast do fly, getting a good double kill, goes for the triple, but can't pick it up. And GMX is smoked out here, so there's definitely going to be a bomb plant, and it's a retake coming out right here for Epsilon. Semphis, great shot through the smoke. It's going to make such a big difference. Now Uzi and Biggie, it's all on them here.
Yeah, and they're going into 3 rifles and armor as well. Nothing is going to say hello to Uzi. It's just Biggie now. And, well, going small is not an option.
No, it's definitely not. He's going to get the first headshot in. Semphis just peeks out and takes him out. That's a quad kill here from Semphis. Pretty nicely handled. What I worry about, actually, is that these kind of force-ups, and obviously it works this time for Cloud9, and I think they did it at one point in the first half too, where it kind of worked. I'm wondering, because I think maybe you could do it against Epsilon, but if you're playing Fnatic on this map, I doubt you'd get away with doing something like that. I think Fnatic, you know, then that's where you probably just lose, basically. So, it's kind of fun to see it work, but at the same time, I hope it doesn't give them sort of false confidence to try it against really, really good Inferno teams like Fnatic or LDLC.
I'm wondering, yeah, exactly. But I'm also wondering if this is just experimentation coming out from Cloud9, seeing how far they can push it.
It could be.
I wouldn't want to see, yeah, exactly. I wouldn't want to see them go for that against Nip, because Nip will probably just like slam them and make them ever regret thinking about force buying anything. But that's, I mean, versus Epsilon, it seems like it's the right call to make. And now, I mean, they could actually run away with this, seeing as how Epsilon, they're forced into a bit of an awkward eco buy situation. Yeah,
but not a very impressive one at all. It's, you know, P90 armor and then CZ 75 on Biggie. I have a really hard time seeing this working out for Epsilon, but I mean, I think they're just... No, actually, Beast Do Fly only has 200. What are they doing? That's a very weird buy in that case.
Yeah, this is all over the place, dude. It's definitely a very mixed one, but Epsilon are looking to strike right back at Cloud9, and Biggie... Oh, instant kill from Shroud. I thought he was about to lay waste.
It could have been a big opening. Beast Do Fly hiding inside. Gets the first shot off here as Shroud goes down. Next in line is Sean Gez. And the bomb is dropped inside the bomb site. 15 seconds left. 2 on 2. And they're just going to group up and wallbang him down through the box here. Nothing connects with the final bullets, leaving Scream with 8 seconds here. Can they actually find this? What is going on? They just lost the round because of it. They can't win it anymore. That is just inexplicable. I have no idea what we just saw, and nothing dies after the time runs out. That is gonna go down. I think people are gonna remember that one moment. What were they just thinking?
I don't even know. Did they think he was running up Arch? But there's no way.
I mean, either way, they should. The plan has to be he was being covered from pit. It doesn't matter where Scream was going. He would have been covered planting the bomb.
Exactly. No, exactly. Nothing was there to cover his back. If Scream came from long, nothing had it from pit. If he came up short, nothing had it from pit. There should have been no situation where it made sense for Hiko to run down short with his knife out when he should have been clearly hearing Scream running up to greet him. That blows my mind. I have no idea what Hiko is thinking there. Did he really want to go for like a knife kill or something?
Maybe he had like a tiny stroke or something. I don't know. I can't. There's no explaining that. There's nothing that actually justifies that. But it looked really funny. He was like, "Oh, you're gonna give me the round? Oh, well, cool."
Yeah, and Scream, I mean, it's even worse because he kills off nothing after the time runs out. So nothing gets, well, nothing. He gets no bonus money.
But now they're actually in a pretty good position anyway. They need to get down into the pit, get this bomb down, so maybe they can kill GMX along the way. They're going to kind of all group up here. Backup is coming in as well. Cloud9 doing really well in this eco round, where they do have a little bit of armor as well. GMX dropping very low. He's alone in a 1-on-3, so, I mean, if Cloud9 were trying to throw the game, they're even doing a bad job of that, because they're obviously in a really good position to win it right now. Epsilon's economy is going to be completely and utterly wrecked going into almost the rest of this half here.
Yep, I know exactly. This is what's happening, man. It's all part of the plan, actually, to just wreck Epsilon's economy. Now it makes sense, Anders. Hiko was thinking 2 rounds ahead when Cloud9 would go for the Force and win it and put Epsilon on an eco in the next round. It all becomes clear now. Now I understand.
I don't know. Maybe some of the people who already died that round were busy giving Hiko a massage or something, and they just got distracted. I mean, I was actually watching the they have a boot camp going on, like a boot camp cam going on over at the QPAD office. So I was watching that yesterday, and it did get a little bit too intimate at times. You know, sometimes you just have to wonder, 5 guys stuck in a room, nothing to do.
The beds are in the same room too.
Oh God. I think their manager, Stunner, at one point the words tired and undersexed were used, so I don't know, man. Definitely something going on in that Cloud9 boot camp. Whatever it is, though, it seems to be working for them, because they're actually winning this map.
They're taking out some of that frustration on the Frenchman.
Biggie and Uzi are up here, and actually an interesting crossfire. This could work out. This range, it's 1-shot headshot. There's the first one. This is going to be a hard follow-up, though, for Biggie, and he misses the first shot, and that's pretty much it. GMX with a nice headshot follow-up as well. Double kill. Takes down Shroud and Semphis. One of them was a mid-air headshot as well. Might bring it back in favor of the French-Belgian team here. Nothing in Sean Gerza left.
This is now a highly favorable situation for Epsilon. GMX in a pretty solid spot. Not sure if he spotted him, but there you go. Takes the shot, spots out Sean Garris, who was lurking on short. That prompts the rotation in from Scream, who's going to come in and consolidate the defense here on the A site. We do have Beaster Free, who's pushing down Banana as well. So now Cloud9 are thoroughly boxed in. They have to go forward here.
Yeah, they need to find GMX to start off with, and nothing is really trying. But if he tries to walk out without the help of Sean, he's going to get shot from inside the bomb site now. Beast2 coming up from behind. Nothing. Instantly goes down to Scream then, so that is going to be it. Nice pick-off here from Epsilon. Very nicely handled. 12-9, so this game just continues to be pretty interesting.
It continues to be pretty hard to predict, man. And now Cloud9 are just like, Eco? What's that? Nah. One thing that I'm sad is that none of them have the sickest P250 skin ever to grace the game.
Well, almost none of us do, Sumner. Not yet. Not yet.
I'm disappointed.
I've opened like 4 boxes from my missions today, and I still didn't get it, so I'm very upset.
Why? One lucky sub has got one today, though, so I'm happy at least.
That's true. We got to give one away. That's good news. GMX, great flashbang in, but he's just a little bit off with the timing on re-peeking then. It seemed like he could have had an opening, but he's going to fall back to the next corner. Picks up a kill. I'm pretty sure Sean just jumped and got that shot mid-air, which is just outright disgusting. Turning around is going to be Uzi, and he gets the follow-up kill. So Shroud and Semphis left. 2 on 4. And, not much of a chance for a bomb plant, honestly.
Yeah, it's not looking too hot right now. They're 2 on 4. They need to run their way back over B. If they can catch Scream pushing down a bit too aggressively, this could be an opportunity. But Epsilon, there's no reason. Exactly. I'm glad that Scream starts to back off and actually fall back to the site, because there's no reason for them to be pushing down Banana and potentially giving an entry frag to Cloud9. So we'll see now. Cloud9, I wouldn't be surprised. Well, they are making some noise stomping around at the top. Kind of surprising that they're stepping like this, actually.
Yeah, and what's the plan here? That's what I'm wondering.
20 seconds, just run in and try not to die.
Run and gun, pick up Scream before he gets a couple of headshots in. It's going to be the smoke going off into CT spawn. Scream is going to re-peek any second. He's just waiting for Beast2 to come in. 8 seconds left, and it's going to be Beast2 beasting them in yellow, and it's going to be 12-10.
The Cloud9, they remember what it is to eco. There we have it. So they remember that they don't need to buy every round, although Semphis is pretty close.
Yeah, what the hell?
Semphis is just like, yeah, Kevlar, why not? I don't like Game Punch. Dude, Semphis, you need to be able to eco it sometime, man. Like, it has to happen eventually. Alright, let's see.
I don't know. That's a very strange, like, you'd almost see nobody else doing this. He's down to 1300 because of it, so that is very low.
Alright. Incendiaries everywhere. They're trying to light this place on fire. It's going to be GMX to pick up the first frag, and they're just going up short, but there's a crossfire waiting for them here. Uzi on the site, still alive with 1 HP, and the crossfire works out perfectly. Biggie is their support. He will get taken out, but Epsilon, very easy fine hold for them there. 4 members surviving as well, and now the money is starting to get pretty decent here for Epsilon. So the easy rounds for Cloud9, they're pretty much gone. Like, Epsilon will be able to buy up in the next round, and it's going to be very tough for Cloud9 now to turn it around here on Inferno. It's almost like history repeating itself. If Cloud9 can't get past the 12th round, I believe it finished 16-12 yesterday when they faced off on this map. So, is it going to come full circle, Anders?
Oh, man, that would be so painful, especially considering how they lost some of these rounds. I almost can't bear to think of it. A lot of grenades on the Epsilon side here, so it's kind of cool that Cloud9 have got this easy control of Banana, but they're not going to be able to get easily into the bombs now, that's for sure.
Bap. Sorry, I'm just making sound effects.
It's alright. That's needed sometimes. Again, Epsilon with this weird read where they push 3 people out of Banana, but nothing is in the corner. They're not going to realize he's going to spray down 1 and 2. Is there a third one? There is indeed. Beast2 Fly still in here. And nothing has to realize that before his teammates get here. Otherwise, Beast2 could end up killing more than just 1 person, and that would be a disaster.
No, and Shroud spots him out first. This is a great round now for Cloud9. They've got the advantage. They just need to back off to the site. So, new boxes, back corner, stay alive at this point, Cloud9. Really run down this clock and force Biggie and Uzi to try and run into this crossfire.
Yeah, Uzi just running through the smoke. No chance at all. There's nothing really Biggie can do. You might as well just get out of there. I mean, I don't get it. That was actually just very cool. Again, it's sometimes it feels like Cloud9 are getting in the most ridiculous reads, because Epsilon have done this push before where they've had 3 people over here, and they sort of flashed 2 of them in to try and do something. And last time, Cloud9 was actually all the way at the bottom of Banana, so Epsilon's push didn't really do anything. This time, they obviously had nothing hiding in the corner, and that pretty much won them the round.
Done and done, man. That was, yeah, Beast2 Fly, that, like, sometimes, I don't know if that's like a experience thing. Essentially, it could be, you know, how many times do you find yourself in that position where you get to just sit there and wait for them to come up on the site? But he peeks out and he hesitates, and Shroud, he manages to just be facing Beast2 Fly when it happens. If Shroud is facing CT, it's a totally different situation, and Beast2 Fly is like the hero of the round. But Shroud wouldn't let it happen.
Biggie goes down after GMX does get the opening frag onto Semphis. So just a bit of quick trading going on in this round. As Epsilon decided to give up the B bomb side entirely, which is definitely a ridiculous idea when nobody's been even spotting out the bomb. Now, Cloud9 can't know this, but if Epsilon keep being here, it's probably going to end up badly for them. It should anyway.
So they managed to push up. There's no reason for them to think that this side would be open.
No, it definitely isn't. The question is, Epsilon going to go aggressive in apartments and find this bomb? They almost line up here now. Shroud's actually alone with the bomb.
He's been spotted.
Yeah, he does make his way out, though. And they put Beast2 back here. What a strange strat from Epsilon. That is dangerous.
This is the kind of stuff, though, that will catch Cloud9 off guard, though. I mean, you can't really predict this kind of movement from Epsilon. Epsilon trying to just basically throw something and make it stick.
Maybe they're going to end up with a really good read on there. And look how close Uzi is to get into this B-bomb site. If they can delay for just a couple of seconds, it's going to be perfect.
And Scream, unfortunately, doesn't manage to hit that spray through. But Beast2 Fly is crouching in oranges. This could be a big opportunity for him. They are not yet up onto this site. Shroud will find the entry. And Shroud with the double. Scream and Beast2 both gone. Uzi tries to go rushing through the smoke, but nothing's there waiting. And GMX now on the other side of the map. And this is actually... what?
No bomb plant. No! Oh my god, Cloud9. After such a good round, the Molotov actually forced Beast2 out, and they got the kill. But then, who was that? Was it Beast2 who managed to jump through the smoke at the end? Whoever that was that jumped through the smoke over at the B bomb site, basically they managed to delay Cloud9 long enough that they still don't win the round. This is so stupid. What are we witnessing? This game has been like the most unpredictable Inferno match of basically the last month or more. I have no idea what we're watching here. This is so weird. Oh, and actually I think we managed to disconnect from Mumble, so don't blame Semler for not answering me. That's just not really his fault. We'll try and get back on soon enough, guys. I do apologize for that. Or in the meantime, Biggie's down in the pit just waiting it out a little bit. Grenade to follow up. Does a little bit of damage onto Shroud, not too much. And GMX wants to get a peek through over here, but not exactly easy. Keeps spraying in, doesn't connect with any of the bullets. And now Cloud9 decide it's time to go. See if we can win that 14th round. Biggie gets the first shot on, does a lot of damage as well. Epsilon, they make this work just fine. Shroud, the only one left. And he is going to be dropped, so let's see if I can catch Semler somewhere. Hello, Semler. Can you hear me on Skype instead? See if I can hear you. Alright. There we go. How's that?
Does that work? We good?
It does.
Alright.
We just switch it up a little bit.
I'll drop the volume down a little bit on Skype here.
No, it's alright. I think I've already adjusted, so it should be alright, I hope.
Alright.
Quick adjustment. If not, let us know in the chat if the volume's off, guys. Cloud9, they don't win the round. Epsilon do. It's tied at 13-13. And let's see if this is going to make a big difference here.
I think it is. Cloud9, they have to eco right now. Just try and hold on for the last round. Can't believe how close it is here on Inferno. They've already done better, 3 rounds better, in fact, than yesterday, Cloud9 on this map, but they don't look like they're in control of the situation. They look like it's just way too close. And I'm sure that one round where they misread the situation and gave that round to Scream is definitely coming back to haunt them at this point. Cloud9 could be in a totally different position right now.
Yeah.
They could be in control. Instead, they're ecoing and fighting for the last round, pretty much.
They have one smoke to try and get through at the B-bomb site here. Beast 2 actually has a grenade out. This is the wrong time to do it. He could have lost his life. Scream is there to help up, and he gets 3 headshots in a row and actually saves his teammate and the round. 14-13 Epsilon. They take the round lead here. We'll see if it's going to be enough. Cloud9 have another buy in them, but if they lose now, they're going to be in a tough spot.
Yeah, I'd almost want to see them go for Galils to have a few more nades to work with, but they aren't going to. Very limited nades to work with here in this round. They have a Molotov and a flash. Cloud9 are literally expecting to be able to walk up on Epsilon and land all the shots, when that hasn't really been the case throughout the entire second half here. So, all right, let's see. We have to see some magic out of Cloud9 here. They really aren't giving themselves too many options.
Oh, they're not. I mean, one flashbang, one Molotov on the terror side. What are you going to do with that? They just have to hope they can walk in and get some sort of insane headshot to start off with here, and that will be the signal to go.
Well, there's the flash, but they're gonna fall back to pit. Biggie is waiting, but GMX peeks out at Arch, manages to pick up a kill, and does manage to make it out of there in time as well. Molotov to buy some more time, but they're pushing up Arch. They're trying to wrap back around, but the crossfire is set up. Uzi with the double spray, and that's pretty much it. Nail in the coffin here. Epsilon, they're gonna be on match point until nothing steps in. What is going on?
I don't know. They still got 45 seconds here, and if Uzi comes around this corner, nothing might be able to get the kill. Hiko's going to take down one more. Cloud9 fighting their way back. Uzi flashes himself, and they should know where he is. He made a lot of noise already. Hiko finds a second headshot. The 2 last remaining members of Cloud9 somehow turned this from a 2-on-4 into a 1-on-2 in their own favor. Scream has to see if he can land the last final headshots here to win the round for his team. Otherwise, they could end up losing this map, and nothing will take him down. And now Epsilon, they can buy here, but if they lose, they're going to be low on money once again, and it's going to be really awkward.
Yes, not as awkward as me just calling a round over before, you know, and then like nothing in Hiko being like, nah, bro.
But it should have been over. That you're
should have been.
You're not supposed to lose like that.
No, that's the thing. Well, Cloud9 kind of running up there. They don't have much stuff. They can't really throw Epsilon for a loop, and Uzi just did exactly what he needed to do. But at that point, for Epsilon to run in one at a time and just die to Hiko and nothing, they had that round. So this is now, I mean, this is Epsilon pretty much everything here. They need to win this, or they're going to be in a forced buy situation in the last round, the 30th round. Cloud9 have now got a real chance at picking up this first map.
Yeah. They really do. GMX has an AWP. Let's see if he can land this shot. He won't. Hiko and Shroud, they peek from either side of the hallway and just instantly shoot. They didn't wait to see him. They just crouch in and pre-fire, and that actually worked out. That forces a rotation over Beast 2 Fly falling back, and even Scream too. If they push for B right now, they just basically win the map. But they're waiting. They don't know what we know. They're delaying just a little bit.
Exactly. This could work perfectly for Epsilon. Bomb is making its way back mid right now. There's 4 members for Epsilon here on the A site. Uzi gets flashed into Boiler, but Hiko not going to land that shot. It's going to be the flash for Scream now to check mid. The smoke doesn't really give up too much, and now Scream having second thoughts. They're actually going for a full counter rotation over to the B side. 3 guys running there now, and nothing. He hears the steps on Speedway. He hears them running.
And there's the opening right into the A bomb site. Nothing has sold this so well. He's the only one in this bomb site, and Epsilon are determined to get in here and see what's going on. Now, they finally realize, but it's probably too late. And actually, at this point, I wouldn't even blame them for saving the rifles here.
No, at this point, they should be saving the rifles. It seems like Epsilon are hell-bent to actually take this win, but there's hesitation. There's definitely hesitation on the team. And there we go. They finally decide to turn around. Scream was the first one where he was like, doing that 180 and then turning back, not really sure where to go. But Epsilon, they're making the right choice here. I mean, sometimes you have to go for it, but retaking a site when there's not a huge amount of time and there's also 4 guys alive to set up the crossfires, it's a nigh impossible task.
Honestly, this has been one of the most unpredictable and most ridiculous Inferno maps we've seen for a very, very long time. It's gone down to 30 rounds, and a lot of them have just been anything but standard, really.
It's incredibly difficult to predict. And now it's a fully bought up. I mean, because of those 3 guns, they do manage to get a pretty healthy buy-in here, Epsilon. So they've given themselves a real fighting chance at picking up overtime. Whereas Cloud9, fully bought up, no surprise there. Plenty of money on their side, and they are up banana very quickly here. Are they going to be able to make the right call? Only Scream here to defend this site.
Oh, it'd be big if they can get in and get him down. That's going to be so rough for Epsilon to deal with. Nothing is in the middle, throwing out a bit of a Molotov again, just buying time for his team. And now Scream is going to be forced out. That Molotov makes him overpeak a little bit. He's in a lot of trouble, and he's going to go down without doing anything, and nothing is still alive over here. Such well play, such a nice round here from Cloud9 so far. And this is going to be an almost impossible retake coming out from Epsilon.
This is where life gets really difficult for them. There's no backing off now. Sean Garris lands a 6 shot on Uzi and CT Spawn, trying to work his way in through there. GMX is going to go rushing right through behind the flash, but Shroud will spray him down blind, and Beastru will be soon to follow.
Wow.
This is just a complete turnaround. Cloud9 somehow in the 30th round run it all the way back and take the first map.
32 kills for Jordan at the end, or nothing at the end there. Such a crazy game, and you can actually tell that Beaky towards the end was so paranoid from that last round that he just stuck in A for the longest time. So that's going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. That's the first map in this best of 3 to decide who goes through this group. Already through its NIP, so you know if you lose here, you're going to be out. If you win, you're going to move on to later in the tournament. What an absolutely crazy game. Guys, before we get into the second map, which is, by the way, going to be Mirage, we need to have a quick break, so the teams need a little bit of time too, and so do we. Get something to drink, and we will be right back after just a little bit of music here.